Hey, what's going on, everyone? What's going on? I wanted to jump on Periscope on today. I wanted to kind of just share with you some of my thoughts about decompressing discouragement. This is a scope for my entrepreneurs. Hello, ABCD81. Listen, I need you to do me a favor and I need you to invite your followers. Hey, Misha, invite your followers. I really want to talk about decompressing discouragement. Again, this is for my entrepreneurs. This is for those who are on the entrepreneurial journey. I wanted to talk with you and really chat with you on today. I made a post up on Facebook on yesterday asking the question if discouragement was a choice. And I had so many great comments on it. You know, some people saying, yes, it is a choice because the moment that you decide to respond to a particular situation, you have the choice to either be discouraged or to use that moment. Hey, April, you have that moment to either respond and be discouraged, or you can respond and push forward. So it kind of made me think a little bit. As an entrepreneur, we have our days, man. We have our days where you are discouraged. You have your moments where you are discouraged. I had one young lady, she's an entrepreneur as well, and she said, heck no, discouragement is not a choice. She's like, I don't choose to be discouraged. She said, but you do choose to stay discouraged. I said, that was good. I believe the Bible talks about us to be not discouraged, do I believe that it's a choice? Kinda. I believe you choose to stay discouraged, but I don't know if you choose to, if your initial response of discouragement is a choice. So I wanted to jump on and talk about decompressing your discouragement. And I say that because so often as an entrepreneur, we get into this journey and we're building our businesses and we're loving our ideas and we're going hard and we're striving. And sometimes we get hit with moments of discouragement. And what do you do in your moments of discouragement? How do you handle discouragement? How do you handle those times when you're discouraged and you're going through and you're having a difficult time and you cry, April? Listen, let me tell you, I've cried too. I've cried a whole bunch of times. But does that solve your problem? Does that solve your moment of discouragement? Does it make you feel better or does it make you feel worse? I know it doesn't make me feel better either. So solving or when you're in that moment of discouragement, what do you do? How do you solve that? How do you get yourself out of that discouragement, out of that feeling, out of that emotion? Is that emotion harmful? Are you in danger when you're discouraged? When you're discouraged, does it distract you? Does it deter you from your destiny? Does it separate you from your goal? Does it separate you from the vision? When you're discouraged, how long are you discouraged? Do you allow yourself to sit in that discouragement, or do you do things to try to pull yourself out instantly? Do you allow yourself to sulk in that discouragement because you feel like I'm an entrepreneur, I can have my time, I can have my moments? Or do you make a conscious decision to not be discouraged? Those are some of the questions that I asked on yesterday. I was talking to my husband and I said, man, I need to go read something. I need to go listen to something. I said, because I'm discouraged right now. And he's like, well, discouragement is a choice and you can choose. And it really made me mad. 'Cause I'm like, discouragement is not a choice. I don't choose to be discouraged. Whatever situation has happened and my immediate response is discouragement. Now, my choice to stay discouraged, now that's where where the problem comes in, right? So I jot down a few dangers of discouragement, and why it's so necessary to decompress from discouragement. Why it's so necessary to, when you are in that moment of discouragement, why we have to immediately, the moment that feeling of discouragement begin to rise, we have to immediately separate ourselves, immediately disconnect ourselves from it. And the reason being, number one, is because it creates a shift in your future. When you allow yourself to soak in that discouragement, or when you allow discouragement to settle for too long, it shifts the path of your future. And I say that because now you start to believe less of what you believed in before. So your momentum changes. So everything about you changes. And it's so important for you not to allow discouragement to settle within you, because what it does is it shifts your perspective, and now you're so discouraged in your current situation, you no longer believe that you can make it to the next level. Number two is you're willing to fill that empty space with anything. So if you're in your moment of discouragement, you're willing to do whatever you can so that you're no longer discouraged. Whether or not it's an abrupt emotional decision, whether or not it's to just quit doing something, whether or not it's to cut something off, you're making these decisions out of emotion. But while making that decision, you're trying to fill a void. You're trying to fill that void of discouragement. And so after I went through my day on yesterday, and I talked to God, I talked to myself, I thought it over, I talked to my pastor, and I'm just thinking about this thing. And I said, you know what? I don't believe discouragement is a choice. I do believe staying discouraged is the choice. But I do believe that the moment that you become discouraged, you have to immediately, because discouragement isn't a reaction to an emotion, it's a reaction to a feeling. And it's just like saying don't be angry. It's just like saying don't cry. It's just like saying, when people say, oh, you shouldn't, how people bottle in anger, that's the same thing. Anger is just a result to an emotion. Well, so is discouragement. So I don't choose to be angry. If something annoys me or makes me angry, it's an instant reaction to an emotion. Now, the way that I respond to that emotion is the choice. So it's the same thing with discouragement. That situation is what compels you to be discouraged in that moment, but the way that you respond to your discouragement is where the problem comes in. So as an entrepreneur, I have been in full-time purpose for 2 years now, where I've depended solely on the income of my business to help sustain living, help sustain life, contribute to my household. I believe so much in my gift, and I believe so much in my purpose that I've completely left my 9 to 5 so that I can focus solely on my assignment and what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm a vision coach, and what I do is I help aspiring and rising or existing entrepreneurs create a strong foundation for success through purpose discovery, and then turning your purpose into profit. And so with channeling in on my lane, my job is to help you through your process of development. And when you're a growing entrepreneur, you have those moments, you have those shifts where you're excited about the vision, but then the vision may slow down, or the process to the vision may be a little slow, and you may not know how to handle that. And that's where discouragement comes in. That's where impatience comes in. That's where doubt comes in. That's where fear comes in. And I believe that it's my job to help you through those situations. Well, the best way to teach you how to get through those situations, of course, I have to go through them. And it sucks, I know, but I'm willing to sacrifice that for you, because I want to help you be great. I want to help you chase the greater in you. So I had to endure this, and I had to really understand discouragement. I asked God, I said, God, why do I feel like I get discouraged so hard? Like, discouragement hits me, it gut punches me, guys. Like, it makes me like fall to my knees, like, what the heck is going on? And then God revealed to me that I have to allow the worst scenarios to happen to you so that you can help other people through their situations and through their scenarios. And I said, okay, I'll sacrifice that. I'll go through that for them. So I just wanted to encourage you on today and let you know that, listen, as an entrepreneur, the journey is not going to always be easy. It's not. And once you've mastered the first level, you have to go through that trial and error to get through the second level. So you're like, okay, I made it to the first level. I'm good. Now you're going through discouragement, doubt, fear, and everything again, but it's only because you're getting ready to get to the second level. So understand that there are channels that you have to go through when you're elevating in your purpose, when you're elevating in your gift. And I don't want you to give up. I don't want you to be discouraged. I don't want you to be afraid. But know that when you're discouraged, that to stay discouraged is a choice. And you can choose to not be discouraged. You can make the decision to say, you know what? I will not let my situation defeat me. And it's very easy to be done, especially if you are depending solely on the financials of your business. Or forget the finances. What if you're just looking for people to believe in what you have? What if you're just looking for people to believe in what you have to offer? And if you don't have those people coming to you saying, hey, your product is amazing, it doesn't mean that it's not amazing. Just because you don't have the clientele that you want doesn't mean that the products that you have to offer are not great. Just because you're not reaching the clientele that you desire doesn't mean that your services are not awesome. It simply means that there's that level, that space that you have to get through so that you can get to the next level. So again, I need you to decompress your discouragement. I need you to not allow discouragement to defeat you. And I want you to have an amazing day. And if you have any additional questions or concerns, please visit me at chasegreatenterprises.com, or you can email me at info@chasegreatenterprises.com. Again, my name is Latoya Early. I am a vision coach. I am an empowerment speaker, and I am CEO of Chase Great Enterprises, where we are constantly changing the momentum of your pursuit to happiness, your pursuit to success, and most of all, your pursuit to purpose. So listen, purpose discovery is not just something to do on your downtime. It's a lifestyle. And if you are ready to build a business that is solely dependent on who you are and your natural abilities, then I challenge you to start learning who you are and creating the platform off of what comes natural to you, instead of looking unto others to force what doesn't belong. So have a wonderful day. I wanted to jump on and just pouring you on today, and I hope that you have a fantastic day and be blessed. Thank you for joining me.